Okay, so today is the last day of summer, and it has been an amazing summer, and I've had a blast, and I have been so lucky to do so many fun things, and I have laughed a lot because of the really cool, fun, great memories I've made this summer, and I think it is really important that on this last day of summer we laugh a little bit harder, and we're going to laugh at me. This is what literally just happened in my life, right? It has caused me to drink, and we have props, and this is my prop. So, earlier in the week, I got an audition notice from a friend. He said, I'm looking for male dancers. We really need people. And I was like, hello, self-promoter. Of course, I'll do it. Right? So I write him back, and he's like, I'm going to submit you to the casting director. She'll be in touch. Great. So yesterday, the casting director calls, and she's like, I'm going to email you the info, the breakdown. I'm like, great, whatever. So I read the thing, and it says, we are looking for white, 30-year-old guys that can play a doctor, that can breakdance and pop and lock and like hip hop, right? Okay, listen, I know my type. That's not me. I'm out. So I don't submit myself. I don't follow the process, right? I think I'm dropping out. No. She calls. Hey, we really want you to do this. And I say, I am so flattered that you're going to try to be persuasive with me. However, I know that I'm wrong for this, and I really think that, it's Houston. It's the fourth largest city. USA Today said it was the best place to live in the country this week, after Forbes said it last week. There are obviously more male dancers than me. And she was like, actually, we would love to submit you. Against my better judgment, I was like, fine, I'll do it. The key words there, friends, is against my better judgment, right? But you know me, if you know me, you know I'm going to go for it, I'm going to do it, and I'm thinking of things to do while I get there, to be this hip-hop dancer. But look at me, I ain't nobody's hip-hop, okay? Let's just keep it real. It ain't gonna happen for me, and that is fine. Listen, I can give you a good boot dance from Whorehouse. I can give you a sensible shuffle ball change. I can give you, I ain't gonna pop and lock it for nobody. Let's just get real, okay? Ain't nobody doing that anymore, especially this guy. So I get there, and I'm dressed like a doctor. I don't know what that is, but I, put my school teacher uniform on. I was like, I'm a doctor. And he's like, oh, actually, we're going to have you, dress out in, some scrubs because you're playing a surgeon. At this point, I'm like, all right, the goal is to get through this audition just unscathed, right? If I can just leave with some dignity intact, we'll call it a success. So I go and I change, and then he, brings me out, and he's like, here's the deal. So you're going to, pretend that you are hearing this music, the janitor's left it on, you're, doing your files at the counter, and you, start feeling the music, and the beat kicks in, you turn around, and you go for it. You're going to be the most amazing dancer we've ever seen. He comes back in, you get caught, we have this great reaction of, oh my god, it's awkward, you both look at each other and you leave. Literally, I'm thinking, what steps do I know that can even pass for being hip-hop or breakdancing, right? I'm literally thinking about the boot dance from Whorehouse. Can I, if I don't put my thumbs in my belt loops, does that look hip-hoppy? This is going bad, and I know it's going bad, and I'm just going into damage control mode, right? How do I get out of here? How do I get out of here? Is really the question. Can I just leave? And I kind of laugh at the guy, and he's like, what's wrong? And I was like, I will try anything, right? Warning signs, or red flags, warning signs, warning, right? So the girl who I think is the choreographer comes over, and I'm like, hey, I can't wait to learn the dance. And she's like, learn the dance? No, we just put the music on and you just freestyle. Warning, I mean, literally, bombs, sirens, bottle rockets are going off. Don't do it. Just say you're wrong. No. Y'all, if you know me, I'm a teacher, right? And I literally am always like, kids, you have to go for it. And you have to, always have a person waiting outside the audition room when you're finished. So you go and, your mom's there and she's going to hug you, or your grandma or whoever. I am literally thinking of people that I can laugh with when this is over. I'm thinking about a good story, right? How do I get a good story? How do I get a good hashtag, a Facebook, whatever. The music comes on. And I'm like, I'm just going to shake my butt as much as I can and call it a day, right? So I'm shaking, and finally he's like, okay, the guy comes in, I'm like, oh, it's so awkward, right? But I'm giving you 1,000%, right? Go big or go home. So they're like, that was really good. We're actually going to do it again, and we just want you more to the camera, and just any steps you can give us, just go for it, right? Then she says, and just for your reference, it's not Jim Belushi dancing and getting caught, and that's funny. The gag is that you're amazing and you get caught. Literally, that should have been the moment I said, you know what, you need to call X, Y, and Z dancer. I should have started phoning my friend, whatever. I'm like, oh, I get it now. Y'all, that's the dumbest thing you can say when you don't actually get it or you can't do what they want to. You don't say that. This is like audition technique 1 with Charles. Anyway, so here comes the music. I decide that I'm going to start with shoulders this time. I'm going to give you shoulder action, right? Shoulders, then I like move down to my butt. Beat kicks in, I turn around, and I am going for it. Y'all, I have sat in copious amounts of auditions. And when you're on the other side of the table, all you want is for that person to be amazing. And I'm trying to remind myself of this. I am thinking of friends to dance for, reasons to be alive. All of a sudden, I literally start tombeing, pas de bourring, glissanding, and jeting into pirouettes to dubstep. If you don't know who dubstep is, and I still don't, that is not the choreography for dubstep. It's just not. Someone will prove me wrong and make an amazing ballet to them. I'm not that guy, and that was not the choreography today, and it will never be the choreography on my body to that song. But literally, I'm thinking, I've sat in all these auditions, they're really wanting me to do well, but I'm also, like, channeling the thousands of auditions where, like, the kid comes in and you're like, oh my god, like, he must have literally saw this audition online, thought he was an amazing dancer, and submitted himself. And I'm thinking that's what they're thinking I am right now. Like, regardless of what my resume says, you're thinking it's not true, because the product in front of me in no way matches. So literally, I'm doing, like, pirouettes, and, like, they're not good either. Let's just be real. The pirouettes were not good. It was a disaster. A disaster. I literally sat with my hairstylist today and was like, David, should I go in? I'm wrong for this. And he was like, if you know you're wrong, like, this is David, he's so cool. If you're wrong, like, you have to follow your heart. Okay, there was genius advice, to which I did not adhere. Me, in my self-promotive way, was, I'm going to go and I'm going to book it, and I'm going to get it, and we'll all laugh about this. Y'all, there is nothing wrong with having big dreams and going for them, but when you're wrong for something, do not submit yourself. That is the lesson we have learned today. That is the reason I am now having to have this glass of wine. And that is the reason I will be going to FBAR shortly. And that is why we are going to say goodbye to summer 2012. It has been amazing. We have laughed, we have cried, we have had a great time together. We will still laugh. We will laugh and enjoy this school year. And I will not be looking that job. Have a great school year, everybody.